Hello everybody and welcome to another custom card design challenge video. Today we're going to be talking about a bunch of people in our Discord channel. I throw challenges at them and we're going to be talking about the cards they designed. For this challenge, which is design an upgraded version of a level 0 player card but in a different class. So we had 34 entries.
It's pretty good.
But it is very good. But I did have to, for the sake of the video, because we have other things we need to record, we cut it down to 16 cards here. I'll be talking about the cards that didn't make it in a Patreon video in the future. And going forward as well, it's going to follow this format. And another custom content creator, Beard, is going to be joining me and like helping to cut it down to a number for the videos.
Is he going to be allowed to submit things?
No. Yeah, just 10 out of 10. This one's great.
Perfect.
But let's dive in and talk about these cards. If you want to join for these in the future, you can find a link to our Discord channel in the custom content section. I love reading the cards and seeing them, and I love talking about them with Travis and Bryn. So let's dive in and check these ones out here. Our first card is from Astute Dunsparce. It's an upgraded Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Yeah, of course it's Astute Dunsparce.
2 cost, 2 experience, takes up the hand slot. It's an item in tome, uses 4 secrets as a reaction. After an investigator at your location takes horror via a player card effect, spend 1 secret, heal 1 horror from that investigator. Limit once per ability. As an action, exhaust Grimm's Fairy Tale or take 1 direct horror, investigate. For this investigation, add your brain to your book.
That's actually kind of sick.
So this one,
it doesn't look at all like level 0 Grimm's Fairy Tales, which explains why I think I kind of like it.
Yeah, so like this one doesn't really fit in like. It's not really a direct translation from it, but
this is a different card with Grimm's Fairy Tales art and name pasted to it. Yeah, it's a cool card though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not having anything much to do with the level 0 Grimm's Fairy Tales is probably a very good thing. For most cards.
I mean, it still takes up a hand slot.
Yep, it has 4 secrets.
Yeah.
And you have to spend them.
Yep. Yeah.
To heal.
Yeah. It still heals the horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it still costs 2. So these are all things that we can say is the same as the original.
I think the original is a book icon. It's also a tome.
Yeah, it's an item as well. Okay.
There's some things there.
Yeah. I would play with this card though. Like, I think this is a very fun card to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it in like Agnes, right? You know? Taking that direct horror to investigate and also just like pinging something off seems pretty sweet.
It'd be fun, Patrice too, I think.
Yeah. Sick. All right. Next one we got here is from Pixel. This is a 0 cost event. This is Crack the Case.
Get it? That's money in a case. Yeah. You opened it.
Yeah,
they're getting pretty creative with
this. Yeah. So this is Trick Illicit Fast. Player after an investigator discovers the last remaining clue at your location. Investigators at that location gain a total of X resources distributed as you wish, where X is 6 minus that location's shroud value.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool, actually, yeah. So you want to do this at like low shroud locations, which is good because you're a rogue and probably suck at investigating.
Or alternatively, you're a rogue using lockpicks and you want to get like huge value out of Succeed By, right? It works really well for that as well. So like,
that's fair.
Just get 4 resources and also look at like 8 cards off your lucky cigarette case.
Mm-hmm. It's also nice for like red investigators.
Mm-hmm.
Bob and Preston.
Preston can't play it.
Oh, it's illicit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Preston wouldn't know what to do with money in a briefcase. He'd be like,
Yeah.
No, the lawyers do.
No, yeah. Preston's never seen actual money.
Like ever.
Yeah.
Like
it's so filthy.
Yeah.
Reduce the shroud to 0 and then just take your 6 resources.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems really sick. Yeah.
Rita can play it.
Rita can play it. Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, Rita can play because she's just running away with the case.
Yeah.
This is a great level 1 upgrade, by the way. I think that it's difficult to design level 1 cards in a lot of cases. It's very easy to push them to like 2 or 0, and this is right in there.
I think this is also a neat like the difference between the unupgraded and the level 1 liquid courage, where it's like this is a side grade, rather than an upgrade. Yeah, which is something that I'd like to see a little bit more of in green as well. Mm-hmm. I think to be like this card is not the same in function really.
Yeah, because I mean, like even looking at like Trish, right? Like depending on how you're building your deck can depend entirely on what Crack the Case you want. If this was a real card, which is really cool. Yeah. All right. Next one we got here is from Okrai. This is a 1 cost, 3 experience, 1 in the chamber. In the rogue class from Guardian. It's a fortune, tactic, and trick. Fast. Play at the end of an attack or effect that spends the last ammo from a firearm asset you control. Add 1 ammo to that asset. You add your foot to your next attack with that asset this round. You may immediately perform an action ability without paying its action cost on that asset.
This is like hyper.
I mean, Rita also can play it too, which also is like...
Yeah, but like, come on.
Nah, you're not. Tell me, she gets her Derringer and just I had 1 left. Boom, attack for...
It's kind of sick if you have a hunting rifle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but Tony for sure.
Tony.
Tony for sure, yeah. Yeah. One thing that made me, because I brought this list down to 16 myself, so it's only my opinions that got them to this.
That's fair.
But I love those rogue ones that also synergize with how much rogue cares about succeeding, right? And anytime like some people like put that on the card, because this gives you your foot, which yes, their foot values are high, so like maybe it's just a big boost. But if you look at that, what am I doing with that big boost? Makes the card really interesting to me.
Yeah,
right.
2's not very much.
Who you showing? I guess that's Tony.
Yeah, I mean this also would get really neat with like the British Bulldog.
Yep.
Where you just like fight with my foot
Twice.
and
Yeah.
my foot.
Yeah.
No, this is like very cool with most of the green investigators.
Yeah.
Skids gets good use out of it. Winifred gets good use out of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nice because it like gives you another sharpshooter in your deck that you can just like use while you're trying to desperately find your sharpshooter.
Yeah. I do like this as a level 3 card as well rather than a level 2 card. And there's a big temptation to make most level 3 cards level 2 cards to just so many more investigators can play them. But this one feels very solidly green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think.
like if you get to attack at fast speed with like your Beretta or your typewriter,
Yeah.
that's like a pretty alright place to live.
Yeah.
Even like your stupid sawn-off shotgun, like
I mean, yeah, because you're getting
Yeah,
your
you're-
plus
you get
X
like
from your
plus
foot,
a jillion,
right?
which
Yeah.
is a lot more than you normally get with that gun because
It gives you
it's
0.
none.
Yeah.
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 Even Preston would get more out of it if he could play the gun, which he can't.
Yeah.
That's what Bob's here for, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Or
you
if
want
he
to
could
do you
play
want to
this.
buy some guns?
Yeah.
Who's green?
Yeah.
I got mixed up.
All right. Next one we got here is from Atomic Z. This is a 1 cost, 1 experience, Delve Too Deep in Survivor. It's an insight. Fast. Play when the draw and counter card step of the Mythos phase would begin. Skip this step of the Mythos phase, then add Delve Too Deep to the victory display, and this is victory -1.
No. Shirtless Silas got banned. Well, not banned, but gutted.
Yeah, gutted, yeah.
No,
This is that for
back.
1.
He's back.
For 1.
Yeah, but it costs you an XP.
Would you be mad if I played this card and lost you an XP?
In the first like 3 scenarios, yes.
Yes.
Anything
Yeah, no,
past that, I would
like-
be like, I don't care. We're just gonna win.
That it's kind of like the issues with cards like this, right? Like, why would I not just put this into my final scenario, right? Like, just like spend 2 XP to put this into my final deck, right?
Yeah, it's also level 1. You could just show up with 3 people, all popping 2 copies of this into their deck.
My headcanon
Also,
has
this is-
this has the Delve Too Deep limit 2 in the victory display.
This is
written
a
on it.
level 5 card. Man. This is not a level 1 card. This is a level 5 card. I understand why you might think it is a level 1 card with the victory -1 on it, but that effect is
I mean, if it had to
Absurd.
exile itself too, maybe like
maybe.
at the end of the scenario
It still like doesn't.
or whatever, like
Yeah.
whatever window that has to be for it to still count in the victory and not be there when you shuffle up your deck next time.
That effect just unconditionally is way too good to be on a card, I think.
What about like if it was instead of encounter cards, it was like, because we saw that one last week.
If it was just you, maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just you. Or like, what if it was like the skip the enemy phase? Like, would that be like less?
Skipping the enemy phase.
Because that's like less value, right? Because the game isn't taking game's taking a turn.
It's
still.
also less. I mean, that's just infighting
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also a different card than Delve Too Deep.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah, it wouldn't fit for that. Sick. All
Don't
right.
put skip the draw and counter cards and get those face on your cards, guys.
All right, next one we got here is from Aug. This is a level 2 rogue fieldwork. It costs 3. It's a talent. As a reaction, after you move to a location, move one clue or enemy from that location to any connecting location and exhaust fieldwork. You get plus X skill value for this next skill test you perform this phase, where X is your location's shroud.
This is
seems
Janae.
kind of nuts.
It's just
yeah.
Janae,
It's just Janae
Yeah.
with upside and doesn't take your ally slot.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, it's an objectively strong card.
Yeah, probably should cost a little more than 2.
Like 5.
Yeah, I mean, Janae should cost
And
a
be
little more
limit
than
1
3.
per
So.
investigator.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Well, no, you're thinking of it was, you're supposed to be a different class, Bryn.
Yeah, so like let's going away from the Janae thing,
No.
right? What if like what if this didn't actually move the clues and like just gave you the plus X on the shroud? Like it was like that instead.
I think that would just be a yellow card.
Yeah, I think it would be cool if it was like move one from a connecting location to your location, then buff your number.
This could be, it could give you plus foot, wherever your foot is for your next skill test. That would be green. It could be plus, it wouldn't really be flavorful, but it would be like mechanically in line with Rogue if it was like a well-connected tied to the reaction. But I think that the Shroud, and it kind of is Rogue a little bit, because
I mean, honestly, Shroud
plus-
feels a bit Survivor, actually,
the
right?
plus
Like,
skill value is Rogue, but the being
The level
being
0
the
card is
Shroud
yellow, Travis.
is Seeker or
Yeah.
Survivor potentially.
Yeah.
Plus skill value is yellow as well. Because like everything is yellow.
yeah.
I can see this as Survivor if it was your next skill test gets like minus X difficulty, where X is the location Shroud that you left.
Hell yeah.
I like the flavor text though.
Yeah, the flavor text is good. Yeah. Screw the Explorers Club. Janae could be get far more lucrative results
Isn't
by
that,
yourself.
Like, not entirely different to Fieldworks flavor text. I'm pretty sure it is.
It's similar. It's not exactly
Yeah.
that though.
No, but like that's good.
Yeah, it is. No,
Yeah.
it's
I like that on like the upgraded cards where the flavor text, the difference in the flavor text between like the 0 and the 3
Yeah,
or
it
whatever
changes,
tells like a bit of a story as
Yeah,
to what's going
yeah,
on.
that's always fun
in
when that
this card.
happens. Yeah.
no. That's a really nice touch. It's definitely a
Yeah.
point in its favor.
Yeah.
All right, next one we got here is from Beard. It's an upgraded knife into the Survivor class.
Yeah, probably this one.
1 cost, 2 experience, takes up the hand slot. Item, weapon, melee. It's fast. As an action fight, you get plus 2 fists for this attack. When you initiate this attack, you may discard knife to deal plus 1 damage for this attack. And as a reaction, after knife enters your discard pile, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location.
That is
It's like really good.
way too good, I think, in scavenging decks. It says after night. I guess, does it have to be in play to trigger the bomb one, or is it from anywhere? If it's from anywhere,
It's probably from anywhere.
Yeah, I think
'cause,
it's
like,
my
that's
read is
way
from
too
everywhere.
No, that's fine. You just have a skill. It's like a vicious blow.
No, it's 1 unconditional damage whenever you want.
Only if you could discard it for free, which fortunately there's no survivor
Survivor
cards
way to
that
do
would allow
that.
you to do that.
No survivor can do that.
I mean, like, yeah, you can scavenge it, but
Even if you can't scavenge it, that's an insane ability.
yeah, I think so, but I think it's like,
If it dealt the extra damage from play, sure. Discarding from play, but discarding from anywhere, being able to discard from your hand and deal extra damage?
I think that's fine for 2 experience. Like, because, like, unless you're Ashcan, Pete, or Wendy, you need to have, like, something else to make that a bit more consistent, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to put corner in my deck.
I mean, yeah, like, but, like, when are
Yeah,
you
but
doing
that's
that? Like,
4 XP now.
yeah. Like, I think
And
it's...
you've got to find a second card. I don't know. I don't think it's like wildly OP.
I think,
It's
like
a little weird that you get to do the damage from any place, but like maybe you don't.
yeah, maybe you'd like
'Cause,
maybe it's
like-
only from play. Like if that reading, it definitely tones it down.
Yeah, right. Like you can't do reaction effects on cards when they're not in play.
Yep.
So maybe you can't.
Yeah, so maybe it's only when you.
Maybe. I'm trying to think if there's an example of a card that has a reaction that triggers when it's not in play. But
Yeah.
I don't know if
I don't
it's-
I like this one a lot because I mean, well, it's a survivor card, and those are like where go with it.
This guy's so dead though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But I just like that what it does. If it was if it was 3 experience and you can discard it from hand, that's a bit more like reasonable for the balance. If it was this, but like if it was like this, but also like remove the fast, so you don't like get to play it like all the time. So like you have to like, if you're gonna loop it with scavenging to also just deal the +2 damage, right?
Yeah,
or the 3 damage, you have to like
with it.
you have to like actually spend some actions to get there.
Still broken in Yorick, but like
that's
can't
just how
judge
that
things
goes.
by that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
No, Schoffner's exists.
Yeah.
Just because they made a mistake.
Vantages exists. Like it's only a matter of time until we get that.
Vantage will be fine if it
Vantage.
didn't discard itself.
Yeah. Yeah, if I hope they never make a brain bandages.
If you had to pitch the cards yourself.
Yeah.
I would kind of like to see us at level 1 without the fast, or like level 3 as it is. I feel like it's a little bit too good. It's like 2.5-ish XP as it is. And I'm not sure. And it's the thing I mentioned earlier where there's a real pressure to make level 3 cards level 2 so lots more investigators can play them. I'm not quite sure who might want to play this at level 2.
Yeah, that's off class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Tommy would. I think Tommy has better options in his Guardian stuff, right?
Preston isn't.
No.
Min isn't.
No.
No, I mean Min probably could.
You could do a janky Min deck, but probably would skip results.
We've done like Min punching people to death.
Yeah.
Skills.
But yeah, no, it's not high on the list. It's not high on the list.
When you only get to play skills in your deck, it's the Wild West.
Yeah.
There's no rules anymore.
Yeah, and if I think so that if it changes a lot too if it's from hand or not. If it was from hand, probably higher experience to make that loop like just cost a little bit harder to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the card though. All right. On to level 2 dodge in the rogue class from Fun Size Robin. This is a 0 cost event. 2 experience tactic trick. Fast play when an enemy attacks you. Cancel that attack. If that attack was an attack of opportunity, automatically evade the attacking enemy.
I like that
sweet.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Simple. The words all fit on the card.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's still very obviously dodge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like dodge with a little trip.
It builds off of dodge and in a very rogue way. Caring about attacks of opportunity and evading the enemy. We like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And this one's just like nice and tight. Really good.
It also changes to when an enemy attacks investigate your location when an enemy attacks you, which is also green.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we don't care about other people.
No.
Yeah, no.
But that's a nice it's a good attention to detail, right?
Yeah.
To get that. Yeah. Yeah.
No, nice job. Fun Size Robin.
All right. Next one we got here is from Dryad Min. This is there's a lot of rogue cards in the upgrades, as you guys can tell from that. 2 costs, 3 experience, rogue asset, Schoffner's catalog item tome. Uses 5 secrets if Schoffner's catalog has no secrets discarded. As a lightning bolt, exhaust Schoffner's catalog and spend X secrets. Choose an investigate location. That investigator plays an item asset from their hand, reducing its cost by X.
There's too much action economy.
It's like level 3. It's not that much.
I guess it's not Survivor anymore.
Yeah.
It's not as widely abusable.
No. And it's like being green means that action economy means percentage-wise less, right? Because you're already probably taking 4 or 5 action turns.
It depends on what you're doing with them, though. The taking extra actions is balanced by the fact that you don't have the action compression and getting extra clues and doing extra damage as well as other classes.
Yeah, I think.
Whereas every class, it costs them the same amount of actions to play a card.
I think this needs to be templated a little different, like spend 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 or something like that, so you can't just use it to spend 0 when it's empty.
Oh, yeah. Or like when it's close, or just even like. Yeah, so just like even just spend 0 to have someone play. Yeah,
no,
like I think that would need to be changed.
Oh,
but I think once you like if you have to spend 1,
Yeah.
Spend at least one
Yeah.
secret.
Then, like,
Otherwise, it's a fast act. Yeah, no, I agree with
like-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
we're like pretty close to being Joey, but like not in the ally slot and without the other cool part
Yeah.
And also you can't
and like
die.
finite uses.
He can't die.
No, he can still die. It's a book.
Yeah, there's always.
You've never had a book die?
That's when I finish a book, I'm like, you are dead.
I never had the book take heart damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do that.
No, that's a good point.
I think if with that templating change, I think this becomes like pretty fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Like we're looking at stuff that 3-costed green cards mostly just do already. Like there is an option for that. The difference being that this reduces the cost and Joey makes them more expensive and then buys them when they're useless to you.
I think it should be just you that plays the card then to be in line with Joey.
I think that wouldn't be a terrible change.
Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. Maybe if you could play it, like if you were the only one who could play it, but you could play the item into like somebody else's play area.
So kind of like it's like a.
If they're at your location, like maybe, but that would also probably need less secrets.
Yeah, that would just be Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob would
Actually-
buy this.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, it gives him an extra use of his ability each turn, essentially,
it's
right?
me.
Yeah, it would just be extra
Actually,
copies of his signature too.
Yeah. No, I think that like I mean I agree. It needs to spend at least one secret each time.
Yeah,
because
like we can't be out here spending 0 secrets to make an item fast.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
I think if it was like only you, they could probably lower an experience cost. I think, right? Like if it was only you.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, like fence costs 1 and does this, but worse. Like in
Yeah, because most
every
illicit things
conceivable
are items.
ways.
Most illicit things are items.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
so I think like at 3, it's not a bad place for this to exist because then you also can't splash it into like off green.
Yep. Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one we got here is from Malka. This is a rogue fine clothes. Takes up the body slot. It's a 1 cost 1 experience. Item clothing. Still soaks for 1 and 1. Reduce the difficulty of skill tests you perform during parlay actions by 2. And when counting the number of resources you control for player card effects, increase the count by 3.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just fine clothes, but it does another thing that's unrelated to the first thing it did.
Well, I mean, like the point of the fine clothes were to convince people that you were rich and trustworthy.
Yeah,
and
like
that this is why they
flavorfully-
should listen to the things that you have to say.
It makes
Um,
sense flavorfully, but mechanically there's like no synergy or real overlap between those two things.
Next week I'll just show up to recording wearing a suit. Like, no, my opinion carries more weight than yours, you see.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to argue with it.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah, because there's no parlay cards that care about the resources in your resource pool. If there were, there'd be a bit more synergy between the two, right?
Yeah.
But there are none that do that currently.
Yeah.
I like the effect though, right? Because like I mean, I think also like flavorfully it makes sense, right? As Bryn is saying, you look nicer,
you look
so like
rich.
you look more.
So,
Yeah,
Good.
I think this
Yeah.
also is like a tough place to include it in your deck as anything other than just I guess I can upgrade my fine clothes because your experience, 2 experience you're basically spending on these. Probably you want to spend on something that actually gets you money in Rogue.
If it was 4, if it was like 4 instead, I think it'd be easier of a sell because then it like triggers your well connected if you have 1 resource, right? Or triggers your well connected upgraded on its own for +1. But I agree, 3 is like a little bit. It's a harder sell for it.
Yeah, and if you're playing a parlay deck, you probably don't care about how much money you have.
yeah, I mostly just wish that the art was different.
You don't like Mannequin Man?
No, I just want like different. I want fashion souls.
Yeah,
It'd be nicer.
yeah. To choose what fine clothes you want to
Yeah,
wear.
yeah.
Yeah,
I would like different options for fine clothes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just make your own custom ones.
I know. I
I'm not
probably
gonna
should.
get after
I
you for having
probably
different
should.
art on your cards.
You'll say that, but then I
nobody
play
can
other
stop
guard
me.
dog, and you'll be like, no! Get rid of it. Put it back in the vine.
Yeah,
You'll
so
see,
like-
Justin, that's official. I don't care. There's a difference there. I'm allowed to yell at
If I
that.
did that, I would definitely also get like custom guard dogs that are like the guard dog art,
Yeah.
but level
Yeah,
2.
we're just chewing on that bloody
Yeah.
pile of something.
Yeah, that tentacle, yeah. Yeah. All right. Next one we got here is from Tech Oatmeal. This is a Rogue Get Over Here. I wasn't lying when I said there's a lot of freaking Rogue cards here. 2 cost, 2 experience. It's a spirit and a tactic. Engage and fight. Choose a non-elite enemy or location or connecting location. Move that enemy to your location. Engage it, attack it, and attach Get Over Here to it. This card gains reaction. When you move out of the same location as the attached enemy, move it to your location and you may engage it. Forced, discard this card if the enemy becomes elite.
Non-elite enemy location or connecting location. Move it to your location, engage it, and attack it, and attach Get Over to it. And the Get Over Here.
Basically, whenever you move with the enemy, you can drag it with you.
Why?
You want to kill something, but like
because you're
continue the game.
Parleying with them, you're like, you see how that
Oh,
guy
yeah.
punched you in the mouth.
It's not parlay, it's an engage fight.
Yeah. That's why Tony's got this, and you got somebody else doing the parleying.
It should also be a trick. It's green. That's what
Probably
everybody
should be.
else did.
Yeah.
Tech
I mean,
Oatmeal.
it probably
They all
should be.
stapled
It probably
trick
should be a
onto
trick
their
too.
green cards.
Well.
So, yeah, I mean this one seems fine. I think if I was playing Get Over Here in my deck, I still probably wouldn't. Like, I don't buy the level 2 blue one usually, even though it is pretty good. I probably wouldn't buy this either unless I'm trying to do something real weird. Like drag a whippoorwill around with me to
Have worse stats.
Yeah.
grief you guys. I don't know.
That is actually really funny because it would still be attached to the aloof enemy, and you just like, come
I
on,
need
come
to,
with me,
I
we're
need to be
going.
able to give it more hit points though, so it didn't die to the attack.
Don't worry, you're gonna miss. You're gonna miss the attack, right?
It might have been better if it was, or I think it'd be more elegant and. No, I think it'd be better design. That's what I'm trying to say, but nicely. If instead of fighting, it was an evade, and then
Engage, evade,
and
yeah.
then freeze the enemy. So you can drag an enemy away from your Kluver, whoever you're trying to protect, and then you still get the benefit of them being at your location for a turn or two, but you get like a turn off of having to evade them.
I love the flavor of that. Get over here, and then they come and they're like, whoop, sweep the leg, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the? You just knocked me on the ground. I thought we were gonna fight.
Yeah, then you get the next turn, you just punch them.
And then it's a trick
Pump a
for
bunch
sure.
of
Then it's a
bolts
trick
into
for
them,
sure. Yeah. No, actually, I do think that's pretty interesting.
This card's like just a little bit clunky as it is currently written. And like Bryn said, the whole dragging it around with you is pretty niche and difficult to justify.
Yeah, because like the ones that you would want it are like I would like Trish could be fun to move it around with, but then like Trish is fighting with 2, right? So then like the evade can still do it, right? Because then the enemy can still move with you.
You don't have to succeed.
You technically don't have to succeed. Yeah, you technically don't have to.
But it's kind of weird imagining Trish challenging someone to a bar fight.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah, they show up and they're like, Norman, you owe me $20.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
like,
not
I'll
this
fight you
again.
for it.
It's just a mop out of the backpack.
Like,
All right. Next one we got upgraded Dynamite Blast by Dozens of Donuts. In the Rogue class, 5 cost, 2 experience. Choose either your location or connected location. Deal 3 damage to each enemy and to each investigator at the chosen location. You may move up to player clues in the chosen location to any connecting locations.
I don't think that's a rogue effect. It's cool. I think it's flavorful and cool that you scour the clues. But I don't think it's a rogue effect. So you got Janae who moves clues, but that's the secret half of
Yeah,
her
so
card.
because
It's a
she's the
rogue card
rogue, so
that
moving
moves
the enemies. Yeah, so this would be like a Seeker Dynamite Blast. Yeah.
Sick.
Travis is like, that's my only note. I wish this was a Seeker card. I'm just trying to think of what a Seeker could get up to with Dynamite Blast like that. Just 3 digits.
You play just to style on the Guardians in your group.
Yeah.
just kill yourself.
Yeah, if they could be connecting location, you're fine.
No, but like you show up and you're like, I need you to deal with this ghoul because I can, but you really don't want me to. And then you kill yourself.
Yeah. And
You're
then you
like-
drop your 12
Yeah, and then you
location there.
scatter them to the winds.
All right. Yeah. Here's the rogue Dynamite Blast. You have to choose your location. You don't take the damage, but it moves like all enemies and investigators to an adjacent connecting location.
I like that.
Just blow the frick out of there.
Like a level 3 or level 4, make it fast.
Yeah, and you just don't get
Level 4 and have it be fast and
You
do
don't
that?
get the damage from it.
I like
it has to be your location. She's like, I hope you guys. I can give you a free move. That's what I can
So
offer
good
to you.
news.
Yeah. There is an upside. I mean, in all fairness, if you won't let your teammates dynamite blast you,
They're not really your teammates.
yeah, are you really
they?
actually like playing the game? I got dynamite blasted on Tuesday. And we won because of that dynamite blast. Sometimes you just have to get blown up by dynamite.
Yeah, if
you know?
one of your teammates says, "Hey, is it okay if I dynamite blast you?" You trust them that they understand what they're doing.
Yeah, they're not just doing it to kill a one health
Yeah,
enemy.
they think that dynamite blasting you is the best possible
Yeah,
option out of everything that they currently have.
It's actually kind of a gift to get
Yeah.
dynamite blasted.
Unless you're
Yeah.
sitting there with a way to deal with the 3 enemies or whatever in your hand right now, you should probably be like, okay,
This is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that I've learned from playing Baldur's Gate 3 is that sometimes it is correct to fireball or lightning bolt your teammate because they are in a pile of shit, and this is as close as science has gotten us to fireball, really, at this stage in history.
It's true.
That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
if you look in the
that
art, there's a
So-
fire.
That is a big ball of fire.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to do it
You have to. Yeah, it's just the right
because
thing to
they're
do.
gonna die anyway. And, what are you gonna do? Kill them deader? Maybe.
Yes.
All right. Next one we got here is from Laboratory Gray. This is a Guardian Vantage Point, level 2, 0 cost. Fast play after location enters player is revealed during investigator's turn. Attach Vantage Point to it, limit 1 per location. Fight actions on ranged and firearm assets get +2 fist at that location.
I think that this is a cool color to turn this into, but I would love for this to be like you can shoot into it from connecting locations.
I was gonna say this is a better vantage point than vantage.
It is
point
a better vantage point than vantage.
but also it's not the same card.
Yeah, I think. I don't think there's a reason why this also can't move the clue, right? Like I
Yeah.
think just like move the clue, but also have that bottom text on it as well,
Yeah,
right? I think like
this is a different card.
yes, yeah. I think this is a cool card. Yeah.
Yeah, I like I said, I think it's a better design.
It's certainly more like I've tried to play Vantage Point once, and I am not really going to try to do that again.
I mean, like, what we need a card like that is just Vantage Point. As you're saying, you attach your location, you can shoot out of it. You can shoot
Yeah,
to
yeah.
adjacent locations.
I think that would be
Like
that would be
hole
neat.
up or something.
Yeah, yeah, or just really big ladder.
Probably not that one.
Can you imagine that? I go show you guys. Here's some custom cards I put in. It's all just like things like really big ladder, staircase. You know, just like what the fuck. Yeah. Sick. Okay. Dan Gore has got some upgraded knuckle dusters for us. So this is a 2-cost 3 experience in the Guardian class. It takes up the hand slot. It's fast as an action fight. This attack deals +1 damage. The attacked enemy gains retaliate for this attack. If you succeed and have another copy of Knuckle Duster under your control, you may exhaust both copies to fight that enemy again. You get +2 fists and deal +1 damage with this attack. Ignore the retaliate keyword for that
You
attack.
know, if the right one don't get you, then the left one will.
So you give them retaliate and then you take it away.
For the second one.
Only if you have 2 knuckle ducts. You have to have 2.
Yeah, you gotta have 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So you need 6 experience to do the full combo.
Yeah, you play this with your lucid dreaming, and you're like, I had this dream where it's just in my
There it is.
pocket.
There it is.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I think it's flavorful, and I think it's like actually pretty well balanced for 3 experience as well.
I think
Yeah.
this is like a much cooler design for melee weapons than we
we-
often get.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it needs to be fast. Maybe like I would like to see they'll drop the fast and then the fight gives you +1 punch.
Like if
Yeah.
the
First fight
is the
punch.
is
Yeah,
the
I feel a bit
green
more
one
Guardian
fast?
that way.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, because Guardian like doesn't really get.
No, that's how you make cards better when you put fast in them. Though I definitely, if
It
this was a
only-
real
it's only
card,
better if you read the word
100% we would
fast,
play in
though.
a deck, and we would have the same issue we do most of the time that Brent plays a monster fighter, where I'm like, Brent, you need to kill this enemy. He's like, I just need to draw my other copy of Knuckle Duster.
Yeah, I mean, it is true.
I'm like, okay, I'll take the damage for the enemy this turn. He's like, good, I'll draw 3 cards with my turn. Damn it.
Yeah, because if it wasn't fast, but instead gave a boost to your fist, then you could also like it's just a weapon that you can just fight with at a risk,
Yep.
right? That is a fair point. I like the flavor of it though, and
Yeah.
it is true though, because fast on Guardian does seem really strange. Is there a fast Guardian anything.
There's Fast Guardian events.
Yeah, they
Those don't count.
What do you mean? You said anything.
Those don't count. No, anything had. There was a little asterisk that said except events and skills.
Oh,
teehee.
sorry, I wouldn't read in that close. That's my bad.
Skills don't.
That's the teehee.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's an asterisk there that says gotcha.
Take that,
I'm
Travis.
sure there's a fast asset.
I want to find out. Because it does feel strange to see, but there's
Solemn
got to be
Vow Fast?
something. Solemn Vows Fast.
That's technically an event, though, I guess, even though it looks like an asset.
It is an asset.
Ah!
Let's go.
Look at the higher level ones. The level cards suck.
Combat training.
No,
that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, those are-
I mean, it makes sense that most of the weapons don't because
Yeah.
they're supposed to be big and powerful and bulky, whereas the rogue ones are more finesse
yeah.
styled.
Well, the rogue ones are also just illegal.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
for
think
the
there's
most
any
part.
that are like on just like it's the things that aren't really they're assets, but like teehee, I'm not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. We got from Saving 28496. This is an upgraded Inquiring Mind into the Mystic class. It's a skill, 1 experience. An 8 develop commits for 3 wild. Commit only to a skill test if there's a clue your location. If the test is successful, you may take 1 horror to discover that clue.
I like it. It should say to discover a clue your location. Probably not that clue.
Yeah, you have to choose at the start.
That sort of implies that you can only commit this if there is a single clue at your location. In
Yeah,
a
if it
weird
was
roundabout
discover
way.
a clue. What I like about this is that it
That's
hits
not how this
the
card works.
it hits that mystic thing, which is just like have a powerful effect that also is just like here, take a horror to hit that as well.
Yep.
I think 1 experience is probably pretty reasonable
I think
for it
that's
too.
about where it should be, yeah.
It works. I mean, it works really well too. Like any seeker mystic, like let's say for example, the multitude of them that exist, because there's a lot that have that card pool that can take advantage of it.
All of them, yep.
Yeah, you have the down the rabbit hole, just that you can just like get that in there as well, which for free.
I always try not to think about down the rabbit hole for this
Well, just
one.
like how you like, it's like that's with me trying not to think of scavenging. I'm always just like that's where I come in to be like, well, Travis, with down the rabbit hole, you can take advantage of it like this.
In that case, every one of these cards should be 1 experience more.
Yeah. Unless they're in the Mystic class, then they should be 1 experience less. Because that's just how Mystics always seem to work.
You mean Seekers? Mystics 1 less.
Yeah.
They're overcosted by 1, so this should be a level 0 card.
Yeah. That's how they work.
I don't-
They just cheat with their XP.
I don't think so. That doesn't sound right to me.
I think it's a nice design though.
Really appreciate the addition of the develop tab. Good catch on that.
Yeah.
Good flavor text too.
Sweet. I think this next one's our last card here. Oh no, it's not. We got an upgraded Beat Cop into the Rogue class from Julia.
Why not?
This is an upgraded Beat Cop, 4 cost, 2 experience, soaks for 3 and 2, like the upgraded Beat Cop and Guardian. You get +1 fist. As a reaction when you draw a non-elite encounter card, exhaust Beat Cop and deal 1 damage to it. Cancel that card's effect, shuffle in the encounter deck, and draw the top card of the encounter
That's
deck.
fucking wild.
That's pretty good. That's probably too good for 2 experience. Probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, because like
Survivor gets 9 of rods
Yeah,
for
for
3
3.
experience. It doesn't do all this other stuff.
I think the design's really neat. I just think that this is a survivor card as opposed to a
that's
rogue
fair,
card. Yeah, because I mean, like I get it. Rogues want to mitigate encounter cards. I would love it if this card was you give it to someone else. You just like you can take a damage to give it to someone else.
Yeah.
I think that might be a little bit too powerful with healing to come to it. Just like I never draw an encounter card again. You draw 2 every turn.
Or even have it be level 1 and then you discard the Beat Cop to do that one time.
Yeah. I think it's neat though. I honestly would love to see like I think you could flavorfully make a Beat Cop work in every class, and I think it'd be fun to see like that kind of design.
With the green Beat Cop should have been like Rogue Beat Cop, where if he you exhaust him and deal a damage to investigate your location to deal damage to a guy.
Yeah.
Another
Investigator,
location.
yeah.
So you have to shoot one of your teammates.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm gonna shoot the bullet through you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hold that goal for a second.
yeah, curve the bullet.
Yeah. You didn't curve the bullet. No, I was aiming for the heart. I did actually, we got lucky. I did curve it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think this would be like, if this was Survivor, I'd be like, that fits like really well. I still think it's really cool though. Yeah.
It's a neat design.
All right. This is our last one. So this is an upgraded Stray Cat. One
I think
cost.
I've seen this cat before.
I think I've seen, yeah. One cost, one experience. Ally creature Dreamlands. Whoa. Soaks for 1 and 1. As a lightning bolt, exhaust Stray Cat and discard an asset you control. Stray Cat may be discarded by this effect to automatically evade a non-elite enemy at your location.
I mean, this is kind of sweet. This enables a lot of like Doom decks that otherwise don't work very well. Like, I don't know,
All of them?
Marie Lambeau.
This needs to have an ally symbol.
Oh yeah, no, this I think
he's
it's
just hanging out. He's not really your ally.
Yeah, no, this probably should have an ally symbol.
just-
Yeah,
Hanging out.
for one experience, probably. If it was like more than that,
If it was like 3 or 4, maybe.
yeah.
Nah, creatures shouldn't take up ally slots.
Well, they don't if you have your rod.
It does. The level 0 Stray Cat takes up an ally slot.
Right, yeah, but that's because you gotta like
They
you
all-
gotta show up and you're
They
like,
all
oh,
take up ally slots.
I'm gonna.
you gotta get the cat to come over to you.
Yeah,
But now the cat's like, you're a fucking idiot. Feed me.
I'm gonna assume that this was an oversight on our RL Deluxe design. That this probably should have an
probably
ally.
just-
I'm gonna just
they
assume
put
that.
ally in the
Yeah.
traits.
So
No, that's a neat design actually.
I do, yeah, I like it. And then also like when you're done with it, the cat can do it. But I like what this can do for the Doom stuff because getting that little boost I think is really cool.
You know, also neat to have the Stray Cat have a dash for health because it's
Yeah,
a Dreamlands cat. It's not a
yeah, that
real
would be really
cat.
cool. That would be cool.
It's only kind of a real cat.
I also like. I love that like if
We don't like Mystics having
It's
heart
like
soak.
the idea of a cat.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. No, I think it probably shouldn't be able to discard itself either. Because, like, if it's a Dreamlands cat, he's not going to do that.
Well, it's a, no.
Not-
This is actually we're going really deep in the rabbit hole on this one. Probably
Down
not
the rabbit
intended-
hole?
Probably not
That you
intended
can-
by the.
Hey, Agnes down the rabbit hole, Travis.
Anyway, so all cats in the Dreamlands have names for the thing that they embody. This is a stray cat. It doesn't have a name. It's just a stray cat. It's not a real Dreamlands cat.
Yeah, but like
Like
if
the
it,
black
if
cat.
It can do this thing.
Yeah,
It's probably not going to just kill itself for you.
it might.
Is it
though,
kill
because
itself
it's
or
not,
is the flavor that it walks away? It's just like I'm done with you.
Yeah, it's probably just I'm done.
No, everything that it goes into Bryn's discard pile. He digs it up as
It
Will
doesn't
York.
matter.
Everything dies in there whenever they
Everything,
leave.
yeah. When they're in the discard pile, they're dead.
I do like the fact that it's a stray cat and it doesn't have a proper Dreamlands cat name, even if that was unintentional. But it works out nicely.
Sweet, and I think that's it. So we gotta get your guys' crowns. As always, I'll go through, and you can,
Okay.
if you see one snap, like
So this is like a second. This is like a second place.
yeah.
Yeah. I like the pun. This is the pick though.
That's yours?
I'm
Yeah.
a simple man. I see an event that does something with a firearm asset.
Yeah.
It gets
put it in
the
my
it
Tony
gets the
deck.
yeah, like it gets the thing.
All right. Well, congratulations, Okrai. You got a crown from Bryn, and I'll keep going for you, Travis.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hang on, just so I don't get distracted while we're going through the. How long do you think until we start seeing more targeted designs?
It could happen. Yeah, it's probably. You know, I'll do one that's just to overload Bryn. Make an event that works with firearms. That could be an upcoming one.
I go, why can't I hold all these?
It's just all of them are like, that's so fucking sick. All right, good to go again, Travis.
Yeah, we can go again. I'm gonna pick the knuckle dusters and give a close second to that inquiring mind, though. The inquiring mind is a very sleek and nice design, but the knuckle duster does fill a hole in the game that I think is kind of missing.
Sick.
And
All right.
I've seen a lot of custom cards that try to do the dual wielding weapon thing, and I think this one does the best. So I would
Yeah.
like to see the fast be something else.
Yeah, like if the fast is like fight, this is for this attack you get +1 for each card you control called Knuckle Duster.
Mm.
That'd be really good for 3 experience.
Yeah, but so then like there's a point to having the other one in your other hand other than just like you get the
The +1.
you know?
Yeah.
Because
Because then it's
if
6
we're
experience
using-
to get the +2.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Like it's
so,
six experience and 2 hand slots.
And then 4 resources, but like no
Plus you
fast.
gotta
No
find the
fast
second
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, no fast.
Yeah, but you can. That's not what you get out of it. You get to fight twice with the same action, one
Only-
time,
Yeah, so
and then you
like
still get to just punch normally with a +2 fist plus.
Yeah,
one
plus
damage
yeah, no
weapon.
+2 might.
You
It's
don't have to exhaust it for the initial fight ability, right?
sure.
yeah. Yeah,
I
no.
don't know. I think like we're pretty butterfly swords. As far as like the value of that extra action is.
Yeah, what if I mean no, never mind. I was gonna say, what if
Oh.
it also didn't ignore the keyword for that second attack, as well, just like it always retaliated? But I mean, yeah, Dangor, this is your crown. We're just talking. I mean, that's
good.
the card is also good and interesting because we're still talking about it,
Yeah.
right? And then mine is gonna go to the knife one. I like it. It stabs. It's a survivor card.
It was targeted with the wrong person.
Yeah. I do agree though that I think that like a lot of these, even the ones I love, there are some like thoughts I have to how it can change to be like tighter, and I do think that like 3 experience would be nice if it wasn't if you could discard from your hand to do it. I think that would be more in line, or like the stuff we talked about, even bringing it down to 1 with some other changes as well.
There's a lot of cards in here that are like very close to being good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite willing to
Even
bet
the
that
ones that we
this
picked.
like after a knife enters your discard pile is just like when when it leaves play. Like that's what we're trying to template here.
Yeah.
But that's not that what it says matters, but
No.
yeah.
All right.
Well, nothing matters.
It's true. Thanks to everyone who took part. I actually don't know because YouTube time is so fricked. There might be another one currently in our Discord, but if this interests you and you want to make cards, you can join our Discord. We have a custom channel where there might be one right now. If not, there's going to be one. We're like, this video is coming out in July, so like, I don't
who knows?
Yeah, it's,
Who knows?
yeah, YouTube time's all fricky. But huge thank you to everyone who participated, and also to all of our patrons. Thank you so much for watching. Huge congrats to everyone who earned a crown today. You rock. And if you didn't make the video, it's hard. I mean, there were so many good entries, but I had to cut it down to 16. So thanks for submitting anyway. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.